Hello. So today we're going to look at spins in an aircraft and more importantly how to recover them. So a spin is a special type of stall. A spin occurs when one wing has stalled but not the other. The most common cause of this is when the plane is flying at a low speed in an uncoordinated turn. Let's look at a slow motion example so you can see what happens during a spin. In this example, the plane will spin to the left. So the first thing that happens is that the plane will begin to yaw into the direction of the spin. The nose will move laterally towards the left. Next, the left wing will stall and lose lift, causing it to fall. However, the right wing will continue to produce lift and rise up. As the right wing continues to produce lift, this will roll the plane over completely, and it will continue to roll over. At this point, the spin has fully developed. So to recover from a spin, there's 4 actions or steps that need to be done. I discovered a useful mnemonic for this, which is PARE, P-A-R-E, and this is actually used by NASA and their pilots, so this is top quality knowledge that you're getting. So the P stands for power, and during the spin, this needs to be set to idle. A is for ailerons, which need to be set to neutral or centered, so don't try and turn the plane to the left or to the right, just center the controls and leave them there. R is for rudder. Now the rudder needs to be pushed into the opposite direction of the spin and it needs to be held there. So if the plane is spinning or rolling to the left, you need to add right rudder, and it needs to be full right rudder. If the plane was spinning or rolling to the right, you would add in full left rudder. And then the E stands for elevator. So this needs to be moved to neutral or center and then pushed forward slightly to drop the nose, much like how you would recover from a normal stall. So once these have been done, this should break the spin, which will leave the plane pointing down towards the ground and gaining speed. From this position, return the rudder inputs to neutral or center, and then gently pull the plane out of the dive and into a climb. If you pull back too fast, that will put a dangerous amount of load onto the aircraft. Once the plane settles into a climb and the speed starts to bleed off slightly, then you can add power back in to recover the altitude which was lost during the spin. So let's have a look at a live example in FSX. So unfortunately I discovered in this part of the video production that the default Cessna can't really do spins. When forcing the plane into the spin, it exhibits all the normal actions of the spin, yet instead of rolling right over, it kinda gives up halfway. So I'm going to demonstrate using the A2A Cessna 172. Okay, so here I am in the A2A Cessna, up at about 5,500 feet just now, just leveling off here. Because with spins you want to make sure that you're at a very safe altitude, because you will lose a lot of altitude very quickly during the spin. So if you're going to practice this maneuver, you want to make sure that you're at a, quite high up. I would say 3,000 feet at the lowest. So I'm up at about 5,500, still climbing just now as I try and level off and not doing a good job of it. So what I'm going to do is, to induce the spin, I'm going to do a power off stall. So it's just going to simply reduce the power to idle, try and hold the aircraft level, and then at the last moment, just before the aircraft stalls, I'm going to kick the rudder hard to the left. And what that will do is that will induce the spin to the left. And then as the aircraft kind of rolls over, I'll then do all the actions for PARE. So because it's a power off stall, the power will be to idle anyway, so that's taken care of. Ailerons, because I'm starting off in just a regular stall, the only action I'm going to do to induce the spin is kick the rudder, so the ailerons will be neutral or centered anyway. So the only action that I'm really going to do to stop the spin is just kick the rudder to the right, and then obviously once the aircraft settles in a nose down attitude, then I'll pull out of the dive slowly. So yeah, let's give it a go just now. So reduce the power to idle, and then just start pulling back just to slow it down and try and hold our altitude there, or even continue climbing in this case. So just keep pulling back. Remember the green arc with the flaps up configuration, the green arc is the stall speed. So we'll get the warning any moment now. And then rudder to left. And over we go. So, rudder to the right. Aircraft settles and then pull out of it slowly. And then what you do is you just kind of level off and start climbing again slowly, let the speed come down, and then once it's come down to a safe amount, add in full power. You want full power because you want to climb to regain that altitude that you lost. And then obviously as you climb, make sure that you don't climb too steeply. You don't want to induce another stall, so make sure that you're climbing at the correct speed again. Okay, so let's give this another go. Again, spinning to the left. So I'll reduce the throttle to idle and just hold some backward pressure on the stick just to slow us down. Hold our altitude, and then we'll get the warning any second, and then kick it to the left. Over we go. Rudder to the right. Let the plane settle there, and then pull out of it. Got very fast there. That's probably going dangerously fast. So just let the speed come down a bit, and then add in full throttle again. So during a spin, you don't need to worry about how many times you roll over. You don't need to worry about, ending the spin on the same heading that you entered it. All you're doing is just saving your life, basically. That's all. That's the one mission of a spin, is to just regain control of the plane and not crash into the ground. So so there you go. That's a couple of examples, and hopefully that helped. So after a bit more research, I found that the Extra 300 stunt plane is probably the best default aircraft to practice spins in, if you want to give it a try, that is. Anyway, in my next video, it's just going to be a quick sort of video blog where I talk about the channel and what my plans are for future videos. Hope to see you there. Many thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.